1, 2, 3, 4.
We don't want no IPA, no, we don't want no IPA. Only 3 or 4 in them down on the floor, no, we don't want no IPA. It's been one of those days where nothing is going right. Oh, I gotta turn this thing around before the end of the night. Well, bartender, I need something to cure my pain. Well, I'll take anything you got besides an IPA. We don't want no IPA, no, we don't want no IPA. Don't wanna be sober, but don't want a hangover. We don't want no IPA. Look at me like I'm crazy, but that stuff is bitter and gross. I just wanna enjoy myself, I don't wanna be comatose. Well, after a day of working hard, I'll belly up at the bar. You can't keep your hoppy IPAs, I'll be sipping on my PBR. We don't want no IPA, no, we don't want no IPA. All I'm gonna say is you can take them all away. No, we don't want no IPA. Tecate, yeah. Coors, yeah. Stella or Modelo, yeah. Kentucky, Rainier, Yingling or Bud, 'cause I'm trying to keep it mellow. Your bitter brew that costs you twice as much. Well, life's too short to drink bad beer, and we all know that shit sucks. Oh, we don't want no IPA, no, we don't want no IPA. When I drink a half dozen, I'll be winking at my cousin. Oh, we don't want no IPA. We don't want no IPA, no, we don't want no IPA. 7 PBRs and I can still play guitar. I can close down the bar, I can still get it hard. We don't want no IPA.
Yeah, so before we all start off, everybody a big smile, big thumbs up, and how many of you ever used your brakes in the corner and are here to talk about it today? Absolutely, every one of us. Turns out that we brake into corners naturally. I'm going to define what trail braking is. If you go into the corner and then you go for the brakes because you miscalculated the corner, that is called oh shit braking. That is not trail braking. What trail braking does is allows us to change not only the speed going into the corner, because this is a big thing, right? We go into corners because we feel like we're going too fast. Very few people run off the corners because they actually run out of ground clearance or traction. It's usually the rider who runs out of the wheel to make it through. We can also change the attitude of the motorcycle. Racers a lot of times will get the bike to pitch up on the front so it'll turn in quicker. I can change traction by changing loading on how much braking I'm doing, how much acceleration I have, and also I change stability because I preset my suspension so it's not doing things I don't want it to do before I go in the corner. By adding a little bit of brake and holding that, I settle the bike as it tips in. So what I'm doing is extending my braking zone from the entry of the corner all the way into the curve. So I do the most of my braking just like we do currently, but what I'm going to do is keep a couple fingers on that brake, and as I tip into the corner, I'm just going to continue to hold that brake. If the corner starts to tighten up, I slowly decrease speed. If a corner is getting too tight, there's only 2 ways you're going to make it through. One, you're going to lean more. For some of you, you ride bikes where that's not always an option. And the bigger issue is at some point, a lot of times our brains kick in and they tell us we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't lean anymore. The other way to tighten up a corner is to slow down. The slower I go, the tighter my radius goes for any given lean angle. So as I go to that corner and I'm dragging that brake in and I just increase the braking, as that corner tightens up, I just match my brakes to the distance I can see because I'm never riding faster than I can stop. That's what we do for trail braking on the street. And it makes sure that you will never, ever, ever, ever ride through a corner too fast again. And you can't be surprised if you do it properly. So it's a great technique for using on the street. It works, and this is one of the ways it works. Let me explain traction a little bit. When I look at this green circle, that is the value of traction that I have. That is not referring to the amount of rubber on the road. That's talking about the traction coefficient that is available to me. It's not a 1-for-1 ratio. If I have 100 points of traction and I use 50 for 1, I don't have 50 left over. Turns out, because it's an area equation, I can have up to maybe 70%, roughly 70% maximum lean, and be on 70% braking at the same time. What happens when we apply brakes? What happens to the traction on the front? Increase or decrease? Increases, right? We know that from doing normal braking. So it turns out that threshold we were on is no longer a threshold. Because I'm loading the front end, I'm transferring weight to the front, I'm increasing the pounds per square inch, I actually have more traction available. What's happening on the back? Kind of exactly the opposite, right? So as I transfer forward, this is why trail braking is, racers are often front brake only, trail braking. Street riders, we use both. This is one of the reasons why rear trail braking is not a common method. It's the one that's the least manageable. And it has the least amount of feedback. These are very sensitive, they know what's going on. Your feet, especially through heavy boots, they don't have a whole lot of feedback. So this is why trail braking works. We're actually changing our traction. We're increasing traction as we go through those corners.